Welcome back to the channel JF Coin Collectors and Treasure Hunters to another exciting episode on our channel where we explore the hidden gems of American coinage and reveal the unbelievable stories behind ordinary-looking coins that could actually be worth a fortune today. In this video, we are diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1977 1-cent Lincoln penny, a small copper coin that holds a huge place in American history and in the hearts of collectors all around the world. Stay tuned till the end because you might just discover that the old penny sitting in your drawer or jar could be worth hundreds of dollars, even up to $442 in today's coin market. Let's start with a little history because every coin tells a story. The 1977 Lincoln penny is part of one of the longest-running coin series in the United States, featuring the portrait of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. This portrait was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, and it replaced the Indian head cent that had been in circulation before it. The designer of this iconic portrait was Victor David Brenner, whose initials, VDB, can still be found on the reverse of some coins. Over the years, the Lincoln cent has become not only a symbol of American heritage, but also one of the most collected coins ever made. The 1977 penny was minted during an interesting time in U.S. history. Inflation was rising, the cost of copper was increasing, and the U.S. Mint was already considering changes to the coin's composition. Back then, the 1977 Lincoln penny was made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, a composition that gives it a beautiful reddish tone, and that collectors still love today. The weight of this coin is about 3.11 grams. And its diameter is 19 millimeters. But what makes this coin really exciting is not just its composition, it's the special varieties, mint marks, and minting errors that can turn an ordinary penny into a treasure worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Now, the 1977 Lincoln penny was struck in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The ones with no mint mark were made in Philadelphia, while those with a small d under the date were minted in Denver, and those with an S were made in San Francisco. The San Francisco pennies are proof coins, meaning they were specially made for collectors with sharper details and mirror-like finishes. If you happen to find a 1977 S-proof penny in perfect condition, you're already holding a premium collector piece. But here's where it gets truly fascinating. Some 1977 pennies have rare errors that make them incredibly valuable. For example, some coins were struck with double dies, where the letters in the word liberty, or in God we trust, appear slightly doubled. These doubling errors happen when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly during production, leaving behind a ghost-like second impression. If you have a 1977 penny showing this kind of doubling, especially visible on Lincoln's eye or the lettering, it could be worth hundreds of dollars. Another rare variation is the off-center strike, where part of the design is missing because the blank coin wasn't properly aligned under the die when struck. Depending on how far off-center it is and how visible the date remains, this type of error coin can fetch big money at auctions. There are also 1977 pennies with die cracks, where you can see raised lines or bumps running across the coin, a small detail that makes a big difference in value for collectors who love error coins. Now let's talk about the value. The regular 1977 penny that you might find in your change is usually worth just 1 cent if it's worn out. But if it's in uncirculated condition, meaning it has never been used, showing full red luster and sharp details, it can be worth anywhere from a few dollars to over $30. Proof coins and those with special minting errors can skyrocket in value. Some rare 1977 Lincoln pennies in pristine mint state grades have sold for hundreds of dollars at auction, with certain examples reaching a market value of around $442 or even more depending on condition and rarity. So, how can you tell if you have a valuable 1977 penny? First, examine your coin under good lighting. Look closely at the date, the mint mark, and the lettering. If you notice any doubling, die cracks, or an off-center strike, you might be holding a special variety. The color of your coin also matters. Collectors grade Lincoln cents as brown, red-brown, or full red, depending on how much of the original copper color remains. Full red coins are always the most desirable because they show that original mint glow that everyone loves. You can also use a magnifying glass or coin microscope to spot tiny details that the naked eye might miss. If you think you have a valuable variety, consider getting it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. Having your coin officially certified can increase its value dramatically because it confirms authenticity and condition for potential buyers. The market for old Lincoln cents is booming right now. Collectors are paying top dollar for coins in excellent condition, and even minor varieties are gaining attention as more people enter the hobby. The beauty of the 1977 penny is that it's still relatively easy to find in circulation or in old collections, meaning you could literally pull a valuable coin right out of your pocket change. And the story behind this coin is just as inspiring as its value. Abraham Lincoln, whose image graces this penny, symbolizes freedom, equality, and the strength of the human spirit. Holding a 1977 Lincoln cent is like holding a small piece of American history, a coin that has traveled through decades, carried by millions of hands, each with its own story. So the next time you come across an old penny, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look. You might just be holding a hidden treasure worth hundreds of dollars. The 1977 Lincoln penny reminds us that even the smallest coins can hold big value not only in money but in history and meaning. If you enjoyed learning about this coin and want to know more about other rare and valuable pennies, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. I've got more amazing coin stories and hidden treasures coming your way. Thank you for watching, and remember, every coin has a story, every penny has potential, and maybe the next fortune is already sitting in your wallet. Keep collecting, keep searching, and keep your eyes sharp, because the next ultra-rare 1977 Lincoln penny worth over $442 could be yours. Today's story will absolutely blow your mind because we are talking about the 1989 D Lincoln 1-cent coin, a simple-looking penny that could actually be worth a small fortune. You heard that right. Some of these 1989 D Ultra Lincoln pennies have been found selling for hundreds of dollars and in some rare conditions even valued up to $442 in today's coin market. So grab your magnifying glass, because by the end of this video you will want to check every single penny you have lying around. Let's start by going back to the roots, to the rich history of the Lincoln cent. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, one of the most admired figures in American history. This coin replaced the old Indian head cent and became an instant symbol of American pride and legacy. The designer of the Lincoln cent was Victor David Brenner, whose initials VDB can still be found on some versions of the coin. Over the years, the Lincoln cent has gone through a variety of design and metal changes, but it has remained the longest-running coin design in United States history. Now fast forward to 1989, a year that seems ordinary but is actually quite interesting for coin collectors. The 1989 D penny was minted at the Denver Mint, one of the busiest mints in the country, producing more than 5 billion pennies that year. You can identify these coins by the small letter D right below the date on the front side of the coin, just under the year 1989. The coin features the familiar portrait of President Lincoln facing right, with the word Liberty to his left, and the national motto "I in God We Trust" arching across the top. The reverse side displays the majestic Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo, with the words United States of America and 1 cent proudly engraved. Now you might be wondering, how can a coin that millions of people used every day become so valuable? Well, not all coins are created equal. The true treasure lies in the details. Certain 1989 D Lincoln pennies have what collectors call ultra or rare error features. These could include double die errors, repunched mint marks, off-center strikes, or coins struck on the wrong planchet. For example, a 1989 D penny that shows doubling on the date, the word Liberty, or the motto "I in God We Trust" is considered an ultra-valuable coin. These kinds of mint errors are like hidden treasures because they happen accidentally during production and only a handful of them escape the mint without being caught. Collectors love these mistakes because they are rare, unique, and often one of a kind. Imagine holding a tiny coin that tells a story about the machinery, the workers, and the exact moment when history slipped through unnoticed. That's what makes these 1989 D Ultra Lincoln pennies so fascinating. Another reason these coins can be worth hundreds of dollars is their condition. In the coin collecting world, condition is everything. A coin graded mint state, often written as MS by professional grading services, can drastically increase in value. A 1989 D penny in regular circulated condition might only be worth 1 cent, but if yours has sharp details, bright luster, and little to no scratches, it could be a hidden gem. Coins graded MS 65 or higher have fetched impressive prices at auctions, some reaching up to $442 or more depending on collector demand and rarity of the variety. But here's where it gets even more exciting. Some collectors have reported finding 1989 D pennies struck on copper planchets instead of the normal zinc-coated ones. Remember, by 1982 the US Mint had switched from copper to zinc planchets to save money, but occasionally, leftover copper blanks were used by mistake. Those coins weigh about 3.1 grams instead of the standard 2.5 grams for zinc cents. So, if you want to test your luck, grab a small digital scale and weigh your 1989 D penny. If it's heavier than usual, you might be holding a piece of history worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Now let's talk about the beauty behind the Lincoln design. Victor David Brenner's portrait of Abraham Lincoln has stood the test of time for more than a century because it represents honesty, leadership, and unity. Each coin, no matter how small, reminds us of the values that built a nation. The reverse side, featuring the Lincoln Memorial, was added in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. If you look closely at the back of your 1989 D penny, you can even see a tiny image of the statue of Lincoln sitting inside the memorial. That tiny detail is one of the most incredible miniature engravings in American coinage history. The 1989 D Ultra Lincoln penny is more than just a coin, it's a time capsule. It has seen decades of history, from the fall of the Berlin Wall to the rise of modern technology. Every scratch and shine tells a story of where it has been, who has used it, and how it survived through time. And now, collectors all around the world are rediscovering its beauty and rarity. If you have a jar of old coins sitting in your home, it's time to go treasure hunting. Check every penny dated 1989 and look for that little D mint mark. Examine it closely under good light. Look for doubling in the lettering, unusual mint marks, or any signs of striking errors. If it looks unique, get it appraised by a professional coin dealer or send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. Even a small imperfection could make your penny worth hundreds of dollars. The coin market is constantly changing, and as collectors continue to seek out these rare varieties, the prices can only go up. Right now, the highest recorded market value for a pristine 1989 D Ultra Lincoln penny is around $442. But who knows what it might be worth a few years from now as demand increases. So next time you find a penny on the ground, don't just walk past it. Pick it up and take a closer look. It could be your lucky find, a piece of American history, and a valuable treasure hiding in plain sight. And that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed learning about the 1989 D Lincoln penny and its fascinating story, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next deep dive into the world of rare coins that could be worth a fortune. Thanks for watching, and remember, every coin has a story, and sometimes that story is worth a lot more than 1 cent. Today, some rare examples of the 1991 D Lincoln penny have shocked collectors by selling for over $400, and the story behind it is simply incredible. So stay with me till the end, because we're going to uncover every detail about its history, its minting secrets, and what makes some of these 1991 D Lincoln pennies ultra valuable. Let's begin our journey by stepping back in time to the early 1990s. The year was 1991, a time when the United States Mint was producing billions of pennies for everyday circulation. But among these billions, a few special ones came out different, and those differences are what make them rare and valuable today. The D Mint mark below the date tells us this coin was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the most active mints in the country. The Denver Mint produced over 4.2 billion Lincoln pennies that year, but only a small number have the special characteristics that collectors go crazy for. Now, before we talk about the rare varieties and the big money, let's explore the beauty and meaning behind this classic design. The obverse, or the front side of the coin, features the timeless portrait of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. This portrait was designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. For more than a century, the Lincoln penny has been one of the most loved and recognized coins in American history. From its humble beginnings as the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, to its enduring legacy in our pockets today, the Lincoln cent represents the story of the American spirit, honesty, hard work, and perseverance. On the reverse side of the 1991 D penny, you'll find the image of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., a design created by Frank Gasparo. If you look closely at the back, you can even see the tiny statue of Abraham Lincoln sitting inside the memorial, an incredible detail considering how small the coin is. Above it reads, United States of America, with the famous motto, E pluribus unum, meaning, out of many one. And right below, the simple word, 1 cent, a reminder that even something so small can hold great value. Now let's move on to what collectors call the money talk, the value and rarity of the 1991 D Lincoln penny. While most of these coins are only worth their face value, some ultra-rare versions have errors or unique conditions that make them stand out. For example, coins that were struck off-center, have double die errors, or have a repunched mint mark are extremely sought after by numismatists. Some even show weak strikes or missing letters in Liberty, or In God We Trust, which can multiply their value significantly. One of the most famous rare varieties of the 1991 D penny is the double die obverse, where the inscriptions or parts of Lincoln's face appear doubled due to a misalignment during minting. Collectors always look for this with a magnifying glass because even a tiny doubling on the date, mint mark, or lettering can raise the price from just a cent to hundreds of dollars. Another highly collectible version is the proof-like strike coins that were struck with extra pressure or using polished dies, resulting in a shiny, mirror-like surface. These can easily fetch hundreds of dollars, especially when certified by grading companies like PCGS or NGC. Condition also plays a massive role. A 1991 D penny in circulated condition might sell for a few cents or a few dollars depending on appearance, but an uncirculated or mint state coin, especially graded MS-67 or higher, can be worth over $400. Some of the finest examples with nearly flawless surfaces, sharp details, and full original luster have reached market values of $442 and more, making them incredibly desirable for collectors. So the next time you come across a shiny 1991 D penny, take a closer look. It could be an ultra-rare treasure hiding in plain sight. But why are people willing to pay so much for what seems like an ordinary penny? The answer lies in the passion of coin collecting and the power of history. Every coin tells a story. The 1991 D Lincoln penny is not just a piece of metal, it's a tiny time capsule that connects us to America's past. It reminds us of a time when life was simpler, when pennies still had power, and when craftsmanship mattered in every detail of minting. Collectors often say that coins are like art, they capture the essence of a nation, its leaders, its struggles, and its triumphs. And the Lincoln penny, especially rare ones like the 1991 D Ultra variety, embodies that spirit perfectly. The thrill of searching through rolls of pennies, the excitement of spotting a rare error, and the joy of holding a piece of history, that's what makes coin collecting one of the most rewarding hobbies in the world. So, if you've got a collection at home, or even a jar full of change, take a minute to inspect your coins carefully. Look at the year, the mint mark, and the details. You never know, your 1991 D Lincoln penny might be one of those ultra-valuable ones worth hundreds of dollars. And remember, coins in protective holders, with no scratches or damage, always fetch higher prices in the market. Before we wrap up, let's summarize the key details you should look for in your 1991 D Lincoln penny. First, check the condition. The shinier and more flawless it is, the better. Second, look for any minting errors like doubling, off-centering, or misprints. Third, Consider getting your coin graded by a professional service to authenticate its rarity. And finally, stay updated on the current coin market, because prices can fluctuate, and rare coins often increase in value over time as collectors compete to own them. Today, some dealers and online auction houses have listed pristine 1991D Lincoln pennies for up to $442, and even more depending on the condition and era type. That's a huge return for something that originally cost just 1 cent, so don't underestimate the power of the penny sometimes. The smallest coin can bring you the biggest surprise. That's all for today's deep dive into the incredible story of the 1991D Ultra Lincoln penny. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you never miss another exciting coin story. Drop a comment below telling us what the rarest coin you've ever found is. We love reading your stories. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and remember, your next big find might just be hiding in your pocket change. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Treasure hunters, would you like me to make this version formatted for voiceover narration with pacing cues, emphasis, and pauses to sound more natural for YouTube delivery? It'll make it flow perfectly for your recording. Today, we are diving deep into the story, the secrets, and the shocking value of the 1993 Lincoln 1-cent coin, a small copper-colored piece that could be worth hundreds of dollars, even up to an incredible $442 in the current coin market. So stay tuned till the end, because you might be holding one of these ultra-rare 1993 Lincoln pennies without even knowing it. Let's begin with the history behind this fascinating coin. The Lincoln cent, as we all know, has been in circulation since 1909, introduced to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. It became the first regular-issue coin to feature a real historical figure, replacing the Indian head cent that was used before. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin carries one of the most famous portraits in all of U.S. coinage history. By 1993, the Lincoln penny had already gone through several design changes. The coin minted that year continued the Lincoln Memorial Reverse, which had been introduced in 1959 to celebrate Lincoln's 150th birthday. On one side, we see the classic profile of Abraham Lincoln, facing right, with the words "In God We Trust" above, "Liberty" to the left, and the minting year 1993 to the right. Below Lincoln's shoulder, if you look closely, you can spot the initials VDB, the mark of the designer Victor David Brenner, a small but legendary detail for every coin collector. Now let's talk about what makes the 1993 Lincoln penny so special. Even though billions were minted that year, certain variations, minting errors, and high-quality examples have become highly sought after by collectors all around the world. These are not your ordinary pocket change pennies. Some of these coins are in what collectors call ultra condition, meaning they are in perfect or near-perfect mint state with their original shine, sharp details, and no scratches or circulation marks. Such coins can bring in hundreds of dollars in the coin market today, but the real excitement begins when we look at the rare errors and unique varieties found among the 1993 Lincoln cents. Some coins were struck slightly off-center, giving them a dramatic appearance. Others show a double die obverse, where the letters or numbers appear slightly doubled. These are especially valuable. There are also examples of die cracks, cuds, or off-metal strikes, where the coin was mistakenly struck on a planchet meant for another denomination. These minting mistakes turn ordinary coins into rare treasures. Now here's the key: if you find a 1993 penny with an ultra-sharp strike, brilliant luster, or a visible mint error, it could easily be worth far more than just 1 cent. High-grade specimens, especially those certified by professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC, have sold for up to $442. And in some cases even more, depending on the condition, rarity, and market demand. The 1993 Lincoln penny was minted at 2 main locations: Philadelphia and Denver. The Philadelphia mint coins do not carry a mint mark, while those from Denver have a small d under the date. Both mints produced huge quantities, over 14 billion coins combined, but as we've seen in the world of coin collecting, rarity isn't just about mintage numbers. It's about condition, minting quality, and the presence of those magical little errors that set one coin apart from the rest. Let's not forget that in 1993, the penny was made primarily of zinc coated with a thin layer of copper, following the change from solid bronze that happened in 1982. This means many of these coins are vulnerable to corrosion, scratches, and discoloration over time. Finding a 1993 penny in mint condition, free from any spots or wear, is truly a collector's dream, and that's exactly why ultra specimens fetch such high prices. So how do you know if your 1993 Lincoln penny might be one of those valuable ones? First, look at the coin under good lighting. Check for any doubling in the letters of Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, or the date 1993. Then, inspect the reverse side, focusing on the Lincoln Memorial. Look closely at the tiny statue of Lincoln sitting inside. If you can clearly see fine details like the steps and columns, that's a sign of a strong, sharp strike. Next, check for mint marks. A clean and well-centered D or no mint mark at all could indicate a Philadelphia or Denver origin, and in both cases, flawless coins are the ones worth grading. If your coin looks uncirculated or has a unique error, it's worth submitting it to a professional grading service. A coin graded MS-67 or higher could bring in hundreds of dollars at auction. Some collectors even report sales up to $442 or more for pristine 1993 Lincoln cents with bright, red luster and flawless details. Collectors love these coins not only for their value but also for their deep connection to American history. Every Lincoln penny is a piece of legacy, a symbol of freedom, hard work, and progress. And when a coin like the 1993 Lincoln cent is found in perfect condition, it becomes more than just money. It becomes a historical artifact, a reflection of craftsmanship, and a tangible reminder of the nation's enduring spirit. So the next time you come across a handful of pennies, take a second look before spending them. That shiny 1993 cent in your jar might just be an ultra-rare piece worth far more than you think. It could be a small coin with a big story, and maybe even a big payday. Before we wrap up, let's recap. The 1993 Lincoln 1-cent coin continues the proud legacy of the Lincoln penny series. Designed by Victor David Brenner, minted in Philadelphia and Denver, made of zinc and copper, and featuring the famous Lincoln Memorial reverse, this coin might look ordinary, but under the right conditions, it's extraordinary. Collectors are paying hundreds of dollars for perfect examples, and even more for rare error varieties. The current market value for top-graded 1993 Lincoln pennies has reached $442, proving once again that sometimes, the smallest coins hold the greatest treasures. So go ahead, grab your old coin jar, check your pocket change, and maybe, just maybe, you'll discover one of these hidden gems waiting to change your luck forever. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more exciting coin stories, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Share this video with your friends and family. Who knows, someone you know might be holding a fortune in their wallet right now. Thank you for watching, and remember, every coin has a story, and every story could be worth a fortune. Keep collecting, keep exploring, and we'll see you in the next video, right here on the channel where history and money meet. Today's video is going to take you deep into the world of one of the most mysterious and surprising coins ever struck by the U.S. Mint, the 1994 Lincoln cent. This is not just any ordinary penny that you find rolling around in your pocket or hiding in an old jar. This is the 1994 Ultra Lincoln penny, a coin that has become a fascinating discovery for collectors, historians, and money hunters all across America. Stay tuned because we are going to uncover its full history, the reason behind its hidden value, the rare minting secrets, and most importantly, the market price that has shocked collectors, a whopping $442 for a single cent coin. Yes, you heard that right. One penny could be worth hundreds of dollars if you know what to look for. So grab your magnifying glass and let's dive deep into the history, errors, and collectors' craze surrounding this amazing 1994 Lincoln penny. The story of the Lincoln cent begins over a century ago in 1909 when it was first introduced to celebrate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, the beloved 16th President of the United States. Since then, the Lincoln cent has remained one of the longest-running coin series in American history. Now, fast forward to the year 1994, a time when the Denver Mint, marked by the DE Mint mark, was producing millions of pennies for circulation. At first glance, the 1994 D penny seems like just another copper-plated zinc coin, small, light, and ordinary. But hidden among those millions are ultra-rare varieties and errors that can turn a simple coin into a collector's jackpot. Let's talk about the composition first. By 1994, the U.S. Mint had already switched from solid copper to a composition of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating, a change that started in 1982 due to rising copper prices. But even with that change, the Denver Mint's quality control still allowed for a few coins to slip through the cracks with striking errors, double dies, and off-center features. These are the coins that now make collectors go wild. One of the most valuable types of the 1994 D Lincoln cent is the double die obverse, a coin where the details on Lincoln's face, the date, or the lettering appear slightly doubled. This kind of error is caused when the die strikes the coin twice at a slightly different angle. If you look closely at the word Liberty, the 1994 date, or even Lincoln's eye, you might notice a faint shadow or doubling. That small detail could mean your penny is worth hundreds of dollars or even more depending on condition. But that's not all. Some rare 1994 D pennies show off-center strikes, broad strikes, or die cracks, giving the coin a unique and collectible appearance. Each of these minting errors increases its rarity and desirability among coin collectors. The most pristine and sharply struck versions graded by professional coin grading services such as PCGS or NGC can reach values around $442 or even higher in today's market. Can you imagine? A coin that you might have spent on candy or dropped under your car seat could actually be worth more than $400 today. That's the beauty of coin collecting. Hidden treasures waiting to be discovered by someone who knows what to look for. Now let's talk about how to identify your 1994 D Ultra Lincoln penny. First, take a close look at the mint mark under the date. The small d indicates it was minted in Denver. Make sure it's clear and not a worn-out mark. Then, check the overall shine and condition of the coin. The fewer scratches, spots, or discolorations it has, the higher the grade and the more valuable it becomes. Next, study the obverse side, which shows Lincoln's portrait. Use a magnifying glass or a zoom camera to inspect the details. The letters in Liberty, the date 1994, and the phrase "I in God we trust." Any doubling, distortion, or unique texture can be a major clue that your coin is an error variety. Flip the coin over and examine the reverse side, which displays the Lincoln memorial. Look carefully at the steps, pillars, and the overall alignment. If the strike is off-center, or if there are die cracks or weak strikes in the lettering of United States of America or E pluribus unum, that might add even more value. Now, how does this coin reach such a surprising market value of $442? The reason lies in collector demand, rarity, and grade. Not every 1994 D penny is valuable, but a few that are in mint state condition, or those that feature unique minting errors, become highly desirable for serious coin collectors. Coins graded MS67 or higher by PCGS or NGC can easily sell between $250 and $442, depending on market trends. The best part? Prices keep fluctuating as more collectors seek out these rare varieties. Many coin auctions, especially online ones like eBay or heritage auctions, have featured 1994 D Lincoln cents selling for impressive amounts. Some are even sealed in protective holders, labeled as ultra rare or red gem. The term red in grading refers to the bright copper color preserved over decades. This vibrant shine can greatly increase the coin's appeal and market worth. But let's not forget the history and symbolism behind this tiny piece of metal. The Lincoln penny represents more than just currency. It stands for the legacy of Abraham Lincoln, the values of freedom and equality, and the enduring spirit of the American people. Every time you hold a penny, you hold a small piece of history, a reminder of how something so small can carry so much meaning. So, the next time you get change from a store, take a second to look at your pennies closely. That 1994 D penny might be more than just 1 cent. It could be your doorway to an amazing discovery worth hundreds of dollars. To sum it all up, the 1994 D Lincoln penny was minted in Denver and can contain rare errors and unique varieties. Coins in high mint state condition or with special striking errors can reach values of up to $442 or more. Always check for double dies, off-center strikes, and bright red coloration. And remember, the true treasure is not just the money, but the story, history, and excitement behind each coin you find out. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another coin treasure story. Share this video with your friends and family. Who knows, maybe they have a valuable 1994 D penny hiding in their pocket right now. Thank you for watching, and as always, keep hunting, keep collecting, and keep your eyes open. Your next big find might be just 1 penny away. Would you like me to write the YouTube video description and tags for this same video too? Today we are diving deep into the fascinating world of United States 1-cent coins. We are talking about one of the most surprising and valuable coins that might be hiding right inside your pocket change. Yes, you heard it right. This is the story, the mystery, and the hidden fortune of the 2000 D Lincoln penny. This 1-cent coin, struck over 2 decades ago, has taken the coin collecting world by storm because certain rare examples of this penny have been sold for hundreds of dollars, and some special era coins have even been reported to reach as high as $442 in the current collector market. Now imagine this for a second. You are checking your change after buying a cup of coffee, and among those ordinary coins, a little brown 1-cent piece suddenly catches your eye. It looks just like every other penny, but what if that tiny coin in your hand is worth hundreds of dollars? That is exactly what has happened to some lucky collectors who discovered the rare 2000 D Lincoln penny varieties. Let's go back in time and uncover the amazing history of this 1-cent coin. The year 2000 was part of the famous Lincoln Memorial Cent series, which started in 1959 to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The obverse of this coin proudly features the legendary portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, which has been a timeless symbol of American pride and strength since 1909. On the reverse, the majestic Lincoln Memorial stands tall, symbolizing unity, freedom, and the enduring spirit of the United States. The letter D under the date represents the Denver Mint, one of the most active mints in American coinage history. Millions of these coins were produced, yet not all of them were created equally. Some came out with special characteristics, tiny details, minting errors, or striking differences that turned them into collector's gold. Now here is where things get interesting. The 2000 D penny may look common, but some examples show unbelievable minting errors that make them extremely valuable. Collectors have found coins with double die obverse features, off-center strikes, broad strikes, and even repunched mint marks. These rare errors increase the coin's value far beyond its face value of 1 cent. One of the most famous varieties is the double die reverse, where certain parts of the Lincoln memorials show doubling in the columns or lettering. These small doubling details can turn an ordinary penny into a rare collector's gem. Some of these coins have been auctioned for hundreds of dollars depending on their condition, rarity, and visibility of the error. Another thing that adds incredible value to a 2000 D penny is its grade and condition. Coins that are still shiny, uncirculated, or graded highly by professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC can sell for amazing amounts of money. A pristine uncirculated 2000 D penny with full red luster and a rare die variety can reach or even exceed $442 in today's collector market. Now let's talk about how you can find one. Start by checking all your old jars, wallets, drawers, and coin boxes. Focus on pennies with the date 2000 and the letter D mint mark. Take a magnifying glass and carefully look for any doubling, unusual edges, or strange marks. If the coin looks slightly different or unusual, don't ignore it. That little detail could be the difference between a regular penny and a $400 collector's treasure. Collectors and coin dealers around the country are constantly on the lookout for these unique varieties because they represent pieces of minting history. Every small error tells a story, maybe a shift in the die, a pressure change during minting, or a small mechanical mistake that transformed a common coin into a rare collectible masterpiece. The beauty of the Lincoln penny is that it connects generations. Since its first issue in 1909, this coin has carried the image of one of America's greatest presidents and traveled through millions of hands across decades. The 2000 penny continues that legacy, but with a modern twist. It might make you richer than you ever expected. Many collectors report finding these valuable coins by pure luck. One person discovered a nearly perfect 2000 penny with strong red luster and slight doubling under the microscope. That coin was later sold for hundreds of dollars. Another collector found a rare broad strike error coin that had expanded edges but full design details. It was purchased for over $400. These real stories prove that treasure still exists in our everyday change. Now let's talk about market value and demand. The current collector market is hot for Lincoln cents from the late 1990s and early 2000s, especially from the Denver Mint. The demand for high-quality and error coins is increasing as new collectors join the hobby every day. Online auctions, coin shows, and grading submissions have shown consistent interest in coins like the 2000 penny. At the moment, depending on condition, the value of this coin can range from a few cents for circulated ones to hundreds of dollars for mint-state examples with special varieties. Some have been valued around $442, especially those with visible doubling and excellent preservation. So before you spend your next penny, take a closer look. That 1 cent could actually be worth a fortune. You never know. That simple coin in your pocket might be your ticket to owning a small piece of history and earning big money at the same time. If you enjoy learning about valuable coins and hidden treasures in your everyday change, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next coin story. Every coin tells a story, and sometimes that story is worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Keep searching, keep collecting, and keep believing that the next great discovery might be sitting right in the palm of your hand. The 2000 Lincoln penny reminds us that even something as small as 1 cent can hold immense history, mystery, and value. Thank you for watching, and until next time, happy treasure hunting and may your next coin be worth more than you ever imagined. Today's journey takes us deep into the story of the 2012 Lincoln penny, a coin that millions of people overlook every single day, yet some rare versions of it are worth a lot of money, even up to $442 or more depending on condition, rarity, and mint errors. Let's travel back to the beginning. The year is 2012, the world is changing, and in the United States Mint, something familiar yet modern was being struck: the Lincoln Shield cent. This design, featuring Abraham Lincoln's timeless portrait on the obverse and the Union Shield on the reverse, symbolizes unity and strength. But few people know that this small coin carries a powerful message about America's history and its journey through time. The Lincoln penny itself has an incredible story. It was first introduced in 1909, marking 100 years since the birth of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, a man who forever changed the course of American history. Over the decades, the design evolved from the famous wheat penny to the Lincoln Memorial, and then, starting in 2010, the shield design we see today, a symbol of America's resilience and unity. Now, let's focus on the 2012 penny. At first glance, it looks like any other modern coin, small, shiny, and simple. But not all 2012 pennies are equal. Some contain unique minting errors, off-center strikes, doubled dies, and other fascinating variations that make them highly valuable to collectors. These rare varieties have sold for hundreds of dollars at coin shows and online auctions, and they continue to draw attention from numismatists all around the world. Imagine finding a coin in your change that could be worth $442 or even more. That's the story behind the ultra-rare 2012 Lincoln penny. Many of these valuable examples are graded in high mint states by professional grading companies such as PCGS and NGC. When a coin receives a high grade, like MS68 or MS69, it means it's nearly perfect, with stunning luster, sharp details, and no visible wear. Such coins can sell for extraordinary prices to collectors who are always hunting for the best examples. But it's not just about condition. errors and varieties play a huge role too. Some 2012 pennies show a double dia verse, where Lincoln's image, date, or the word, liberty, appears slightly doubled under magnification. Others have off-center strikes, die cracks, or planchet errors that make each coin unique. These mistakes happen during the minting process and are extremely sought after by error coin collectors. The more dramatic or noticeable the error, the higher the value. Now, let's talk about how to identify if your 2012 penny is special. Grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe and carefully inspect your coin. Look at the word Liberty. Check the date 2012. And pay attention to Lincoln's eye, lips, and jacket details. Any doubling, misalignment, or unusual marks could indicate an error coin. Even small imperfections can mean a big payday if your coin catches the attention of a serious collector or grading company. And don't forget about mint marks. The 2012 pennies were struck at several different U.S. mint facilities, including Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S for proof coins. The San Francisco proof pennies, especially if still sealed in their original packaging, can fetch impressive prices because of their mirror-like finish and limited mintage. But beyond its value, the Lincoln penny remains a symbol of American perseverance. It reminds us of Abraham Lincoln's words, that a nation divided cannot stand, and that every small piece, no matter how tiny, plays a role in building something greater. In the same way, this humble coin, worth only 1 cent, has captured the hearts of collectors, historians, and treasure seekers everywhere. Now, you might be wondering, how could a penny that's only 13 years old be worth hundreds of dollars already? The answer lies in the combination of scarcity, condition, and demand. Most pennies go straight into circulation, becoming scratched, dirty, and worn over time. But the few that survive in pristine, uncirculated condition, straight from mint sets or coin rolls, remain almost untouched. Those are the gems collectors chase. Some recorded auction sales show these 2012 pennies in top mint condition selling for $442 or more, especially when certified as Ultra Gem or red condition coins. That's an incredible leap from a simple face value of 1 cent, a return of over 40,000%. So the next time you're holding your loose change, take a moment and look closer. You never know what treasure you might find. That ordinary-looking 2012 Lincoln penny could be the next hidden gem sitting right in your hand, waiting to be discovered, admired, and maybe even sold for a life-changing amount of money. If you want to start checking your coins, here's what you can do. Step 1. Gather all your pennies from jars, wallets, and drawers. Step 2. Separate them by year. Step 3. Look for 2012 and inspect them under good light. Step 4. Research your coin on official numismatic websites or auction results. And finally, Step 5. If you believe you have a valuable one, get it graded by a professional service. Coin collecting isn't just a hobby, it's a journey through time, art, and history. Each penny tells a story, from the mint it came from, to the hands it's passed through, to the story it carries. The 2012 Lincoln Shield penny is a shining reminder that hidden value can be found in the most unexpected places. So, coin lovers, keep your eyes open, your hands ready, and your curiosity alive. Because sometimes, fortune doesn't come in gold or silver, it comes in a simple 1-cent penny. Thank you for watching. If you found this story interesting, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing coin discoveries. Comment below if you've ever found a rare penny or if you have a 2012 coin you think might be valuable. I'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and remember, every coin has a story, and yours might just be worth a fortune. Today's video, we're going to explore one of the most fascinating modern coins that has shocked collectors and investors across the world, the 2015 D Lincoln penny, also known as the Ultra Lincoln 1-cent coin. You might think a penny is just 1 cent, but this particular coin has a story that could make your jaw drop, because some of these rare 2015 D pennies have been sold or valued at hundreds of dollars, even up to $442, depending on their condition, mint errors, and collector demand. So get ready to dive deep into this incredible coin's history, its special features, the hidden secrets that make it valuable, and the reasons why even modern pennies like this can be worth a fortune. Let's start from the very beginning, the story of the Lincoln penny. The Lincoln cent first appeared in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, one of America's most beloved presidents. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, and since then, the penny has become an American icon. For over a century, it has carried Lincoln's face on the front and symbols of freedom and unity on the back. Through the decades, its design has evolved from the famous wheat ears on the back of the early coins to the Lincoln Memorial that appeared in 1959, and later to the Union Shield reverse design that started in 2010 and continues today. That shield represents Lincoln's preservation of the United States as a single, united country, making the penny not just a coin but a small piece of American history in your hands. Now let's move to the 2015 D Lincoln penny. The D stands for the Denver Mint, one of the main U.S. mint facilities that produce coins for circulation. In 2015, millions of pennies were struck, but among them, certain pieces stood out for their stunning condition, unique minting errors, and brilliant eye appeal. These are the coins collectors call Ultra Lincoln pennies, referring to coins that have exceptional sharpness, deep mirror-like surfaces, and nearly flawless details. When a coin like this is preserved in perfect mint state or proof-like condition, its value can skyrocket from just 1 cent to hundreds of dollars. The 2015 D penny is made from a composition of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. It weighs about 2.5 grams and measures 19 millimeters in diameter. At first glance, it might look like any other modern penny, but the difference lies in its quality and precision. Some coins were struck with extra force or using polished dies that give them a beautiful mirror shine. Those are the ones that stand out in grading. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC have awarded top grades such as MS68 or MS69 red to a few of these coins, and those top-tier examples are where the value really jumps. For example, a 2015 D Lincoln penny graded MS68 red by PCGS has been recorded to sell for over $442 in the collector's market. That's more than 44,000 times its original face value. Absolutely mind-blowing for a coin you could find in your pocket change. Imagine finding a small copper penny in your change jar and realizing it's worth hundreds of dollars. That's why collectors are constantly searching through rolls of modern coins, looking for these hidden gems. So, what makes these coins special? There are a few key things to look for. First, condition is everything. The shinier, cleaner, and more flawless your coin is, the more it's worth. Even a tiny scratch or fingerprint can bring down its grade. If you find a 2015 D penny that looks brand new with full red luster and sharp details, handle it carefully with gloves and never clean it. That could destroy its value. Next, mint errors can make a huge difference. Some 2015 D pennies show interesting varieties like doubled dies, where parts of the design like Lincoln's eye, the lettering "In God We Trust," or the date appear slightly doubled. Other coins have die cracks, off-center strikes, or plating bubbles that add rarity and collector interest. If you spot something unusual on your coin, it's definitely worth having it checked by a professional. Error coins can sell for hundreds or even thousands depending on rarity and visibility of the mistake. Collectors also love coins with strong strike details, clear hairlines on Lincoln's portrait, sharp letters, and a perfectly centered design. These details show that the coin was made with care and precision. Combine that with the brilliant red luster that new pennies have, and you've got a coin that could impress any grading service or collector. But the 2015 D penny isn't just about value, it's also a story of legacy and history. Every Lincoln penny connects us to the vision of Abraham Lincoln, the struggles of the Civil War, and the enduring symbol of unity represented by the Union Shield. Holding one of these coins reminds us that even the smallest things can carry powerful stories. Now let's talk about the market value and collecting trends. In recent years, coin collecting has exploded in popularity, especially online. YouTube, eBay, and coin forums are filled with collectors showing off finds and discussing market prices. Modern coins like the 2015 D penny are gaining attention because they are still easy to find in circulation but can be valuable when preserved perfectly. Coins graded MS68 red or better are rare and can reach $442 or more depending on market demand and auction results. Another important factor is grading and certification. If you think you've found a high-quality 2015 D penny, it's worth sending it to a trusted grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade gives your coin official recognition and can dramatically increase its selling price. Many serious collectors only buy graded coins because they're guaranteed authentic and their condition is verified by experts. And here's a tip for treasure hunters: check your pocket change, coin rolls from the bank, or even old jars around the house. Modern pennies like this are still out there waiting to be discovered. The 2015 D Lincoln penny might look ordinary, but under the right light, you might be holding a small piece of money-making history. Before we wrap up, let's summarize what makes the 2015 D Ultra Lincoln penny special. It has the proud portrait of Abraham Lincoln, the symbolic Union Shield reverse, a rich history of over 100 years of Lincoln Center tradition, and the potential to be worth hundreds of dollars if you find one in pristine condition or with a rare mint error. It's a reminder that not all treasures are gold or silver. Sometimes they're copper-plated and right in your pocket. So the next time you get change from the store, take a close look at your pennies, especially those from 2015 with the D mint mark. You never know, you might be holding one of the rarest modern coins worth up to $442 or even more. Keep searching, keep collecting, and who knows, your next find could change your collection forever. If you enjoyed this video and love learning about rare coins and their hidden secrets, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a future upload. We bring you real stories, real coin values, and everything you need to know to find the next big treasure hiding in your change. Thank you for watching, and remember, every coin tells a story, and sometimes that story can make you rich. See you in the next video. Would you like me to make the intro and outro more dramatic and suitable for your coin channel voiceover style? I can expand it even more.